it says Think Pink on his back. It says Think Pink on his back with a picture of the Pink Panther. Calls himself Pinky T. Pinklon Thomas. He's a last-minute stand-in for Randy Cobb after Cobb came down with a bursitis attack. How are you ready for a fight on really a moment's notice?
Well, I didn't find out about the fight until about 4:30 last night, and well, I was ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
You know, I've been on the road running. I haven't had too much sparring, you know, but I feel I can handle myself anyway, you know. So I'm gonna go out and get it over as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you see what Greg Page did, first round knockout?
Yeah, it was very impressive, you know. Yeah.
What can we expect from you? I know you are 10-0. You've knocked out 9 straight opponents. What should we be looking for from Pinklon Thomas?
Another knockout.
Yeah. I mean, which hand? What's your style? Give us a little bit of depth about your fighting ability.
Well, I don't call no rounds. No, you know, I'm kind of orthodox. I punch good with both hands, so I'm just gonna take it as it comes, you know.
Okay. Good luck. Take it as it comes, and lots of luck to you. 10-0, Pinklon Thomas. He says, Think Pink. Let's go back to ringside, Don Dunphy.
All right, Len. Larry, you were telling us about Pinky Thomas and how they got him out of the casino. I got a better one than that. We were supposed to do a fight in the Felt Forum of the Garden quite a few years ago, and Jose Torres, who had lost his light heavyweight title, was supposed to fight, I forget, somebody. And would you believe it? His opponent chickened out about 20 minutes before the fight, and the Garden was frantic. They had a television commitment, and they had no fighter to oppose Torres. And somebody remembered that they had seen Charlie Devil Green in the audience. Now, Charlie Devil Green had bought a ticket, believe it, and was in the audience, and they got him and rushed him out there. And do you know he put Torres on the floor?
I know, and Torres came back to knock him out.
Yes.
But the fact that this kid was able to come out of the audience and put him on the floor convinced Torres that that was the end of his career. He never fought again.
That's a fact, Larry.
I
Remember that, Jerry?
Yes, I do, and that he put Torres on the floor and almost had him out.
As a matter of fact, they made a mistake in the officiating. They allowed Torres too much of a count.
They sure did.
Green would have won the fight.
Well, Charlie Green was raising havoc about it afterwards, but in the second round, he succumbed to Jose Torres' power.
You know, the last time I saw Charlie Devil Green was when he was sparring partner for Koopman, Jean-Pierre Koopman, the Tiger of Flanders or someplace. The pussycat of Playa Ponce Beach. Anyway, I said to Charlie, how is Koopman? Has he got a chance? He says, hell, I can beat him. And he was right.
Pinklon Thomas, who we're going to see here momentarily, is being handled for the first time, I should mention, by Georgie Benton. Georgie Benton is coming into the ring ahead of Pinky Thomas there. There you see him on your camera. He's a legendary middleweight from Philadelphia. Everybody thought he would be a champion. In fact, he once beat Joey Giardello just before Joey Giardello in this very building, Don, won the middleweight championship from Dick Tiger. And now Georgie Benton works for Joe Frazier. And, of course, he handled Leon Spinks when Spinks defeated Muhammad Ali for the heavyweight title.
In the blue corner, he's wearing black trunks, trimmed with gold, weighed in at an even 200 pounds. From Norfolk, Virginia, let's make him welcome Bobby Jordan. And his opponent in the red corner, he's wearing black trunks, trimmed with pink, weighed in at an even 215 pounds. From Pontiac, Michigan, let's hear it and make him welcome Pinklon Thomas. 10 rounds.
Pinky Thomas, Bobby Jordan. Thomas, you know, he's won 10 and lost 10 with the last 9 in a row by knockout. He's a boxer puncher. Bobby Jordan is 27 years old, 6'2", and he's won 8 and lost 3 with 3 knockouts. He's been fighting quite a while, an experienced fighter, a good boxer, but only a fair puncher. Now we'll see just how the training of Georgie Benton is going to affect the career of Pinky Thomas.
Benton was a master boxer and a real master of the sweet science, and he has had tremendous impact on most of the fighters that he has trained.
Especially Leon Spinks for a while.
he led Leon Spinks beating Muhammad Ali for the heavyweight championship of the world.
All right, and then because of a personality clash, he wasn't in the corner of Spinks for the return, and of course Spinks went back to many of his amateur ways and was defeated.
All right, here we have round one between Pinklon Thomas and Bobby Jordan. Bobby Jordan is, you're watching in color, I'm sure, is wearing the black trunks with the yellow trim and the yellow down the side. And Thomas is wearing the black trunks with the pink down the side. Both have shown that they have good jabs so far. A grazing right to the head by Thomas didn't do much damage on his opponent, Bobby Jordan. As we told you, Jordan is a good boxer, and he picks off those punches pretty well with moving those gloves around and fights out of that crouch, which up to now is bothering Thomas just a little bit.
It would seem to me, Don, that Jordan's strategy here should be to take it easy for a few rounds and see how Pink and Thomas's conditioning is.
That's a fact. You don't get too much condition playing the wheels.
They got him out of the casino at 3:30 this morning and asked him if he wanted to fight, so we'll have to find out what kind of condition he's in.
Even we got to bed before that, Jerry.
Yes, yeah.
A few guys have been pulled out of casinos for fights, but I don't know if it's for this kind of a fight.
We have seen that Thomas has a quick, sneaky right hand and a hard left hook. And he's all over Jordan at the moment with round one almost half over. It's scheduled for 10. Thomas, a very aggressive fighter and a good counter-puncher is Jordan, as you can see from that right hand. But Jordan is taking a lathering, but he's boxing well defensively.
He's picking off most of those punches on the glove. This could wear Thomas out.
Conversely, Thomas, of course, is trying to end it quickly.
Referee is Tony Perez, an experienced arbiter. And incidentally, the referee and the judges vote here in New Jersey. The referee will be picking up the slips after the round and taking them to the commission. The action slows down a little bit, but Thomas is still the aggressor. As Jordan backs into a neutral corner, and Thomas is solving that defense and getting by the guard. And Jordan, he almost seems in pain. He has a grimace on his face. It looks as though he got thumbed.
Yeah, his right eye, he's having trouble seeing out of his right eye, it appears.
He may have gotten thumbed, accidentally or otherwise. Thomas is smartly working the body and the head.
This is survival time right here.
Right, and they're just above our HBO microphones, and there is the end of round one. And we go back to the corner of Pinky Thomas from Pontiac, Michigan.
Let's have a look at a replay of that corner action, and I'd like to hear your comments about what you see in Thomas, Jerry.
Well, Thomas he's got a very strong left jab, and he's a powerful puncher, but if you'll notice Jordan, he's got the hands up by the face. He's not getting hit any solid shots on the chin. Good jab there that snuck through. He really did no damage, and he may wear himself out because of his late entry.
Reminds me of your fight, your comeback when you fought Muhammad Ali, when everybody was saying, can Ali go the distance? When
well,
Ali came out of his enforced exile.
We never got to experience anything because our typical cut.
And incidentally, Jerry, here is the same referee who stopped that fight, Tony Perez.
Yes,
Do you think it should have been stopped?
Well, no fighter ever thinks a fight should be stopped if he really wants to be a fighter. But Rudy Perez is one of the best in the business.
Very gracious of you. Here's round two, scheduled for 10 rounds. Bobby Jordan in the black and the yellow, or the gold. Pinky Thomas in the black and the pink, and has been the aggressor.
Trickle of blood from Jordan's nose.
Well, Jordan always looks pained in there, apparently. That's his style, I suppose.
He probably looks pained walking down the street. That's just the way he looks.
I just noticed that Thomas goes in there after throwing a right, leaves himself wide open, and he was tagged for it.
He got hit a pretty decent right hand in the last round. Hey, if you look at the bodies, Pinklon Thomas has almost a perfect body for a heavyweight boxer. Not an ounce of flab on him anywhere. But now we're going to find out what kind of condition he's in.
At 215, he's very trim. Jordan may be styled a journeyman fighter, but he's usually around at the finish. Whether he will be in this one, I don't know.
A little swelling on the right eye of Bobby Jordan.
Jordan fighting back well, and again, Thomas is getting through the guard and being counter-punched well by Jordan. A couple of beautiful, there's another one. Thomas is vulnerable to the right hand, and now the left hook. And Thomas may well be tiring.
It looks to me like he's trying a little too hard, Don.
He could be. And he may punch himself out. Thomas is spot hitting now.
He's also keeping his hands down, and he might get countered by Jordan, who is a heavyweight.
He's vulnerable to that right hand. And he's been tagged with it time and again in this round. There's another one. Thomas is being rocked.
He took some good shots and came right back, though.
He was almost daring him to hit it, to hit him there at the very end, but
Jordan's right eye is almost closing.
There's been little to choose between them in the fight. Thomas had the edge in the first round, and Jordan has had the edge in this round. Thomas is showboating a little bit and leaving himself wide open around the head.
You get fighters this size, anything can happen. I'm sure Bobby Jordan knows it.
Maybe we'll get a shot of that right eye between rounds. The right eye of Bobby Jordan. It is within inches or less than an inch of being closed for the evening anyway.
We're going to take a look at another replay here where Jordan, with his back to the ropes, got in some awfully good punches on Pinklon. It didn't on Thomas. There you see a right hand.
Look at that left hand down low. No defense.
It was a glancing shot. Pinklon Thomas, I guess, was kind of expecting it, but you never want to open yourself up to a heavyweight. They can punch and can do damage at any time.
He's trying to say to his opponent, you can't hurt me, but a 200-pound man, if he hits you often enough, is going to hurt you.
There's the right eye of Bobby Jordan. There's not much vision left in that little space.
That looks more like a rat than a mouse to me. It's, it's a big one.
I have to agree with you, Larry.
There's a trainer manager, Jimmy Lumpkin, was trying to reduce the swelling there.
Lumpkin? What a name for a guy who's treating a mouse.
I'll tell you one thing. You're right about it, Don. Bobby Jordan looks like he's in constant pain out there.
Anyway, here's round 3. Bobby Jordan in the black trunks with the gold trim. Pinky Thomas, the black trunks with the pink trim. And I hate to use the cliche, but it's a battle of attrition. Jordan is in his favorite spot on the ropes in a neutral corner and doing the same thing he did in last round, nailing Thomas, who leaves himself open. Thomas tries to get through those gloves defense and does once in a while and doesn't at other times. Jordan is fighting a smart fight. Thomas is not at the moment.
Pinklon Thomas is considerably stronger than Jordan, but I think the better all-around boxer is Bobby Jordan. He's making all those punches, catching them all on the gloves and making him slip and miss, and that could wear out Thomas.
Now Thomas is shifting to the body and is getting through the guard now.
Yeah, he's landing some heavy,
yes, he is.
Fire right
Jordan stays on the ropes. It's round 3, scheduled for 10. Tony Perez, the referee.
This fight can be held in about a 5-foot ring.
Right.
Maybe in a phone booth. He's throwing powerful punches, but they're all being caught by the gloves of Bobby Jordan. If one of them does happen to slip through with
Jordan has found him again with that loose right hand on the open chin, and there it goes again, followed by the left hook.
That did a little bit of damage, and Tom is not going to say it didn't.
Jordan obviously worried about his closing right eye. They're in the same spot again. Call that Jordan's alley. And Thomas pecks away at that right eye. Jordan with the gloves up high, waiting for Thomas to drop his guard. Big flurry, and that's the type that could cause a fighter to punch himself out, couldn't it, Jerry?
Sure can, and punches that don't do any damage or miss take a little bit more out of you than the ones that do land. He's expending an awful lot of energy keeping Jordan in the corner. It may take its toll, but so far he's...
Well, it's been a good round for Thomas. He's had 2 good rounds, and Jordan's had 1. There's the bell, ending round 3. Now, let's go back to Len Burnman, who's with Jerry Cooney and Dennis Rappaport in the dressing room.
Thanks, Don. Jerry Cooney's up next. First, Jerry, your appraisal of what you're seeing in this fight.
2 good fighters. Bobby Jordan's a good boxer, being a little cutie, and the other guy is a stronger puncher trying to get inside.
We'll get back to you before your fight. Mike Jones, is Pinklon Thomas a possible opponent for Jerry?
Yes, he is. He's a very strong boy. He stands up straight. He's a little bit too much exposed, though.
Dennis Rappaport, your appraisal.
I think Jordan is gambling that Thomas is going to punch himself out. And he has a terrific pair of legs, and it's a calculated risk. So it's going to be interesting.
You're not going to gamble when you get up in a few minutes, right?
I'll do the best I can.
Best he can. He's 21-0. We'll see Jerry Cooney, managed by Dennis Rappaport and Mike Jones, coming up in the next fight. Let's go back to ringside now and Don Dunphy.
All right, there you have again the right eye of Bobby Jordan, and may I say, it's not getting any better. Bobby Jordan in the black trunks with the gold trim, backing towards the ropes. On the other side of the ring now, Pinklon Thomas, the black trunks and the pink stripe down the side.
That right eye right now, Don, looks like it's just about to burst open.
It could any moment. Might be a good thing for him if it does.
It could take some of the swelling down, definitely.
About the only thing he can see out of that eye is that left hand hitting him again.
That's continually landing on that eye. No matter, it might lessen the swelling if it opens up, but nobody wants to see a fighter get cut.
At the moment, it's a bit one-sided, with Thomas carrying the fight and seemingly pulling away, although every so often Bobby Jordan will come back with a punch like he just threw a moment ago. He had 1 good round the second, and Thomas had 2 good rounds. Here we are in round 4 of a 10-rounder.
Thomas's corner has given him instructions not to flurry, reinforcing what you said in the last round, Jerry, that it's too much effort for too little gain.
He's not landing the punches because Bobby Jordan's a good defensive fighter. The gloves are up there blocking the punches.
At the moment, Thomas is bothered by the defense of Jordan. Now we've got Thomas against the ropes for the first time. And we turn around as Jordan is whacking him now. It reverses itself. Jordan is back to just above our HBO cameras here.
Thomas started to play a little game there.
Right.
Could cost him later.
Sometimes those games are a sign of fatigue, a way of trying to buy time. But right now, he's coming on very strongly.
And right now, Thomas looks in real good shape. He still leaves himself open around the head, however.
He's throwing strong punches, but if you watch, I mean, he's not turning his body into the punches. They're strictly arm punches right now. No power behind them.
Jordan seems to have more power in his, although they're not all landing. Another couple of good belts to the body by Thomas.
Yeah.
Jordan's still on the ropes.
Jordan's going to have a mouse on his stomach soon.
At the moment, it's all Thomas with an occasional flurry by Jordan. The referee is not needed, and he smartly stays out of the picture. While we have a minute, Len, what's coming up on HBO?
Well, Don, more sports action coming our way on HBO. Tuesday, January 8th at 7:30, it's 1979 in sports as HBO captures the headline-making moments of the past year, and what a year it's been. From Willie Stargell to Tracy Austin, from Ali to Sugar Ray, Magic and Bird in the NBA, the Steelers roll on, the Canadiens ice another Stanley Cup. All this and much, much more on 1979 in sports with Barry Tompkins and Larry Merchant. That's Tuesday, January 8th, 7:30, 6:30 Central Time, right here on HBO. Don?
Well, here we are in the corner of Bobby Jordan again with Jerry Lumpkin, his trainer-manager. On the outside is John Hunter.
Let me ask you, Jerry, you too, Don, was there a time when a trainer in a really big fight might deliberately lance a mouse like that?
It has happened before.
Oh, yes.
Esmail Laguna fought Ken Buchanan. Buchanan's left eye was completely closed, and they lanced the eye to open it up and take the swelling down. And he went on to beat Laguna to retain his title.
I don't know if it's legal anymore, is it, Jerry?
Well, it's not a
May
matter
not have been legal then.
It's not a matter of legality. It's a matter of survival.
All right, round 5. Pinky Thomas, who was a substitute for undefeated Randy Cobb, who, as Len and I have told you earlier, came down with bursitis last night, undefeated Randy, and that's a shame because he is undefeated and he's a good heavyweight with great prospects.
He's won about 13 fights, all of them by KOs. I hope we can see him again sometime.
You're knocking out heavyweights. I don't care what the caliber they are. If you're knocking them out, you've got to have some punching ability.
Maybe Caesar's Boardwalk Regency can get them together again. Anyway, it's the pattern of the previous rounds. Jordan working off the ropes and Thomas working on him.
And being much more deliberate and calculated now, perhaps because he is a little tired.
He may be pacing himself. We're talking about Thomas, who took this bout on less than 24 hours notice.
Well, he should be saving his energy. He's got a few more rounds to go, and the way Bobby Jordan is fighting, it looks like it's going to go the distance. But anything can happen at any time.
Well, you can't tell, Jerry and Larry, because every so often, Thomas does leave himself open, and Jordan connects.
But you have to question the punching power of Bobby Jordan.
Right.
He's landed some clean shots on Thomas and done no real damage.
Yeah, it's obvious that Thomas is contemptuous of Jordan's punching ability.
Oh, I like that one, Larry.
I have to question both of their punching abilities.
It's hard to question a man that's had 9 consecutive knockouts, but I haven't seen any extensive power here.
Jordan goes back into his early defensive tactics out of fighting covering up out of a bob and a weave occasionally, and a little relaxing by Pinky Thomas.
I'd say a little bit more resting than relaxing.
I tell you, if Jordan's strategy is to have Thomas try to punch himself out, he's doing a good job of it.
But he's running out of rounds to survive.
The referee is Tony Perez, who has not had a great deal to do so far. This is one of the slower rounds of the fight. The earlier ones were much faster, and some in the audience are getting a little irritated at the lack of action.
Jordan's right eye is just a slit now. He can just barely see out of it.
It's going to be tough to defend against a left hook or a left jab. Now the crowd voices its irritation at the lack of action in the fight, and the commission doctor has gone up there now. That's Dr. Frank Doggett, who is
take a look at those last 15 or 20 seconds of the round as Thomas leans in on Jordan, and he's just trying to impose his strength here on his opponent and not use himself up too much.
It's been rather a carbon copy just of every round. It's just been rather the same. Thomas putting the pressure on him. Jordan staying in the corner.
The fight is over. The fight is over. The Dr. Frank Doggett of the commission has told Tony Perez, the referee, that is it. And the winner, winning his 11th fight and 10 in a row by knockouts is Pinklon Pinky Thomas. While we have a moment here, I'd like to tell you about Frank Shane, who is the very good ring announcer in there, and he's talking to his wife, Eva. Eva Shane is one of the judges tonight, and they are the only ring announcer judge that in captivity, Larry, as far as I know.
Who are also man and wife, you're saying?
They're married.
I would say that was a fairly impressive performance by Pinky Thomas on about 16 hours notice.
Bobby Jordan unable to continue. The winner by a TKO at the end of the 5th round, Pinklon Thomas.
Pinklon Thomas continues his undefeated way. He's won 11 now and lost none. All right, here is Jerry Quarry with the winner. Jerry?
All right, we're with the winner, Pinklon Thomas. We call you Pinky. Is that all right, Pinklon?
Yeah, that's
All right. Well, you did a good job of pounding and staying on top of him, but he was into a defensive shell. It was kind of tough to penetrate.
That's right. Well, it was kind of tough for me, Jerry. You know, I haven't fought in 5 months, and I haven't boxed over 7 rounds in that time.
And then to catch you in the casino at 3:30 in the morning, that makes it rather difficult to come out here and perform.
I was broke from losing my money in the casino, and well, you know, if I could have helped the promotion, I helped myself too also.
Well, you did a good job, and all. Maybe you got some of the money back here in this fight that you lost on the tables, guys.
Right.
Well, we wish you the best of luck and have a good future. All right. Now back to Don and Larry.
All right, there we have another victory for an undefeated fighter, which is 3 undefeated fighters on the card tonight. Jerry Cooney, Greg Page, who won, Cooney, who's coming up in a while, and Pinklon Thomas.
I also want to remind our viewers of what I said earlier about Georgie Benton. I think that in large measure, the fact that Thomas was able to perform tonight at all, much less as convincingly as he did, however weak the opposition, can be attributed to George Benton. Benton is really a master teacher. I spoke with him this afternoon, and he had never seen Thomas actually perform in the ring. Thomas had been brought to him as a prospect, as many young fighters are. He liked what he saw, and he thinks he has someone here who in another couple of years could be a force in the heavyweight picture.
Larry, we were talking about George Benton helping Leon Spinks defeat Ali for the title in Las Vegas, and then walking out of the second bout after about the 5th round because he didn't like what he saw. Are you akin to that?
Yes, there was a personality conflict with another of Spinks's older handlers. Spinks was not listening quite as well after he became champion as before he had become the champion. And Georgie was very unhappy with the situation, as I recall it. In one round, the other handler was able to tell Spinks what to do, and in the next round, Georgie Benton was. It was a situation that was untenable, and because he is a man who really cares, he just said, this is not any good for anybody.
And he is one of the best. Now let's take a look at some of the upcoming events on HBO Sports.